Let's get over to the kitchen now and check in with ABC7 Culinary Director Judi Gallagher to find out what's for lunch today. Judi?
Well, if you're looking for a quick idea for a midweek dinner that is company worthy, then you have come to the right station. Today I'm going to make a simple pasta dish using shrimp that's already cooked, cleaned, and frozen from Whole Foods. We're going to toss that in some homemade seasoning, very similar to like a Cajun rub or blackened rub. Add some garlic, burst some organic grape tomatoes and a little fennel, and I found some asparagus left over in my refrigerator. What do I always say? Add what's in your refrigerator. So there I found something to brighten it up a little bit. We'll bring it together with some fresh strained tomato sauce and we're ready to go. So stay with me throughout the hours. I bring you this simple blackened shrimp pasta dish that is worthy of any night of the week.
Back to the kitchen now to check in again with Judi Gallagher. Judi?
So, to make your own blackening seasonings, what you're going to do is you're going to take dried thyme, hot paprika and smoked paprika, granulated garlic, a little cumin, a little cayenne. Work with the seasonings temperature-wise according to what you like, because some blackening mixes are really strong. You can also, of course, like I said, buy them already pre-made, but here's my mix, and I usually make up little bags. I'll like put 3 in the cupboard in my spice cabinet there. So we're just going to toss these around. Now, since the shrimp is technically already cooked, this isn't going to take much time. So we'll let the seasoning sit for a moment. I'm going to take 3 cloves of minced garlic and just a little fresh fennel. Okay, so we'll get that in there. I'll save the fronds a little bit to garnish on top. And we'll give that a quick saute, probably about a minute in the pan with the garlic. Don't brown the garlic. When you brown garlic, it gets bitter, and that bitterness is going to just go through the whole dish. So better just to make it translucent, which is almost like a clear look to it. A little more added granulated garlic. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little wine for the base of the pan, just a little white wine of medium type. So even a Sauvignon Blanc is going to work really well. Oh, the aroma is really coming up. Now we're going to add the shrimp. And what's going to happen is the shrimp with the seasoning is going to just kind of blend in there, a little butter in the pan, and just a drizzle of olive oil to hold the temperature of the butter. So, oh, this smells so good. So now in the next pan, you can also do these in the oven, but since I'm right here, I'm just going to do it in the pan. I'm going to just bring that temperature up. I'm going to blister the tomatoes. That gives them that pop of flavor. It also releases the most important nutrients that you need to eat in tomatoes. So for that alone, we'll get that started. I'm going to sprinkle in just a little more blackening seasoning, and I use a fork so you can dust it. See how easy that is? So when we come back, we're going to add a little chicken stock, we're going to add the pasta, some tomatoes, and we'll mix it all up, and it will be a nice dinner for anybody you want to invite over.
All right, back to the kitchen now. Check in again with ABC7 Culinary Director Judi Gallagher. Judi?
Okay, so we have our blackened shrimp. Remember, we're using the shrimp that's already comes frozen and cooked. I've left the tails on, but by all means, you can take the tails off. It's just, when you're eating at home, I love to pick at food. I love ribs, I love chicken wings, I love anything that I can just kind of pick at. And so I have no problem getting in there with those shrimp tails. But if you want to be a little more formal, you can remove them. Now, the tomatoes started to blister. Look at these beautiful colors. Orange, yellow, red, just so deep and delicious. So that's going to extract the flavor. Now what we want to do is we want to take our pasta. Now if you're eating gluten-free, there's a fabulous chickpea pasta that you can get now. It's called Banza, and they sell them in most markets, and it's really delicious because we have it at our house a lot. I love pasta. I prefer white pasta like I'm making today, but it definitely is healthier for you if you go gluten-free. If you need to, you can add just a little bit of chicken stock just to bring that flavor up. And it's also going to just release more of the blackening seasoning and that fennel. Don't forget we have fennel in here. So for the last 2 or 3 minutes, we're going to add either fresh strained tomatoes or a box. I love the Pommy strained tomato. It just gives it really good flavor. So what we want to do is we're going to cook this down, reduce it just slightly, give it a taste, and if it needs a little more seasoning, we can add that. Or if it's a little too spicy, you can cut it down just with a little half and half. Last thing we do is some fresh parsley, and we'll have it both ways today. We'll have it the tangy way with the tomato sauce, and then we can just have it with the white wine sauce. So either way, it's going to be delicious. Shop your fridge. You can put things like broccoli in here. I put asparagus, even some green beans. Just steam them slightly so they still have a crisp, and then you're going to be all set. So let's plate this up. Get ready for a taste in just a few minutes. And I will remind you, this recipe is on mysuncoast.com/dining. And when we come back, I'll tell you about our recipe and our gift card contest. We'll be back in just a few moments for the first taste. Now here we have it, two different versions. One that I made more traditional to the recipe is with the strained tomatoes, fresh organic grape tomatoes in various colors, a little asparagus that I had in the fridge, garnished with some lemon. Of course, we took that shrimp that was frozen and cooked, cut our prep time down probably by half, made a little homemade blackening seasoning, or you can buy it. They even have drum circle seasoning coming off Siesta Keys brand, and some in a white wine sauce. Again, the recipe is on mysuncoast.com/dining, and don't forget, every Wednesday we draw a name to win a $50 gift card to one of our participating restaurants. All you have to do is sign up for the culinary newsletter that comes out every week. It tells you where to dine, what to cook, and everything that's happening flavor-wise in town. I'm going to enjoy a little lunch, and I'll save some for you guys too.